Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special edition of the Sober Swole podcast. My name is Jake Howard. I'd like to give an apology to DJ Swirl. This happened on the spur of the moment, and I just sat down and did it. Um, Before we get going, today, December 5th of 2024, it is my 9-year sobriety, and that's what I'm going to get into. Before we get going, though, I give a shout out to Royalty Nutrition. That's royaltynutrition.com. They are a veteran owned and operated supplement company that doesn't automatically go to use the cheapest ingredients possible when making their supplements for you. Check them out and use the discount code 37HAKE to save you 15% on that order. My next shout out of the evening will be to Gorilla Gains. That's gorilla-gainswithaz.com. They are a fitness apparel company that makes great things that you can wear in and out of the gym. They also make great equipment that helps keep you safe while you train. Use the discount code Jake15 to save you 15% on your entire order. Patreon.com/HakeJoward. That's my personal Patreon. That's where you'll be able to keep up with what's going on with the current legal fight we're having. I'll talk more a little bit about that in tonight's episode. But it'd be really awesome of you if you could subscribe there and support us that way. I will also be putting our GoFundMe link in the description of the video. So if you could donate and share that, we would greatly appreciate it. Lawyers and court stuff ain't cheap, and we are a macro family, not a micro family. And bills do add up. So if you could help us out, we would greatly appreciate it. If you are in the Arizona Valley area and you are looking for a moving and staging company that will not only move your stuff, install it, take it apart, put it together in the cleanest and most professional way possible, check out buy2buy.com. Buy2Buy Studios is also ran by DJ Swirl. This podcast could not exist in the way it does without DJ Swirl. Ryan is hands down the best at helping your content grow in ways that you didn't think it could. If you're looking to make more like Instagram reels or TikToks or full length videos or podcasts yourself, go to at Buy2Buy Studios on Instagram, hit them up, tell them that the Sober Swole podcast sent you, and DJ Swirl will get you right. So let's get into this. A little sip to do here. It's high quality filtered H2O, baby. 9 years ago, on December 5th, I made the personal choice to get sober, and it was and still is the best decision I have made for myself. Just my opinions here are just opinions. I am not a certified or degreeified expert in addiction. I'm just a dude that lived it. So take that for what it's worth. If it helps you, it helps you. If it doesn't, then just some words out. Usually people that are addicted to substances don't start off usually in the best mental mindset. They're usually trying to hide a social anxiety or just a regular anxiety. They're wearing a mask, or they're trying to cover up what they're actually feeling, whether that be something that's happened to them or something they did, or it could be a mix of all kinds of different stuff. I think that a big fear that people have with sobriety is you have to deal with yourself. And when it comes to dealing with yourself, that's not just you, it's what you're hiding from, who you've become while you're actively using whatever drug or drugs you're using. You have to face the bridges you've built. Yes, because you do build bridges with other folk like you, and the bridges you burnt along the way. And then you get kind of worried about well, what if I lose the good things I have or the good people I have, um, while I am this way. And the thing is, and the blessing of it is, the people that actually love you, um, they're going to love you as you get sober too. Um, Picture it like this. All right, do you remember like the old Apollo missions, right? They had like the rocket with the different stages on them. So they'd shoot it off. So as it's climbing, uh, the fuel tank would fall off, and then they keep going and going, 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 and it'd break the atmosphere, and then the boosters would fall off, and then they keep going, going, and like another stage would fall off, and all that crap would fall off, and you were left with the vehicle that you needed to get to where you were going. I think a lot of that is part of what needs to happen. Not necessarily parts of you have to fall off, but the needless weight as you're on your way back up needs to needs to be shed, because it's way easier to stand up with your body weight and people that will help you stand up rather than 20 megatons of shit on your back. Um, the rebuilding is also scary because you have to figure out who you actually are, and that can be terrifying because you've been hiding from yourself for however long you've been using, or maybe you have some like imposter syndrome or something. But that's learn to be you. And the best thing I've found with that is let the emotions hit you, figure out what they are and where they come from. If you can afford therapy, I would suggest getting into some therapy, and really pick all that apart. The people that love you are going to love you. They're going to be there in the best way that they can. And as you're going through all this, you hear a lot in the meeting rooms, it's one day at a time. Well, that's a fact. Personally, I wake up every day and I treat it like day one. Not in the sense of like the physical withdrawals or anything, but I wake up and I go, okay, no, here's why. You know better. Don't. And there's times where I have to remind myself multiple times a day. Some days are super easy. Some days are the easiest day you could have, and other days are just soul crushing. Where it's like, I want to go back in my hole, please. And those are the days when you have to remember, absolutely not, because being as close to your true self as possible is always better than hiding and potentially and more than likely ruining a lot of good things that you've worked on. When you roll around in trash, you're going to get stinky. You know what I mean? Um, so it's best to stay clean. Take the shower. Take it. Use the soap. Unstink. Um, unstink. So what has worked best for me is I have tried to take things as in a stoic way. I don't mean don't feel. What I mean is feel, but do your best to understand what you're feeling and why. And that way, you can approach the feeling in a rational manner than rather than just reacting. Because when you just react, that's when you can make a lot of mistakes and you can say a lot of stupid stuff. I'm not saying I'm perfect at it. I'm not, but I work hard to be good at it, and I think that has been incredibly beneficial. I think it's made me a better person, all in all. And I think for me, it's been the best move. I would recommend people trying that as well. Um, read Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. That's the emperor of the whole of Rome being like, "Oh, I can't control that." It's a very interesting read, and it really helps put stuff in perspective. Um, I want to take a little bit of time here and thank everyone who helped me celebrate this milestone of sobriety. 9 years and the rest of my life to go, but we're going to get there one day at a time. I'm incredibly grateful for the good people in my life that are genuinely excited to see that I'm doing everything I can to be the best human possible, not just for myself, but for my family. And I'd like to do a shout out to my whole family as well. I love everybody in my family so much. And I couldn't imagine letting myself even become a tenth of the drunk I used to be and showing that to them. It sounds terrible to me. And I'm so glad that they have my back. Um, I hope that my children get to see that they don't have to give in to social pressures and things like that. Um, they can live a happily and fulfilled life without needing to mask or hide what life brings their way. They don't have to mask who they are. Life can be hard as hell sometimes, but like anything else, you have to choose your hard. The hard I chose, and hopefully my children choose for themselves, is the hard that lets them live life authentically and not attached to substance or substances. Um, Speaking of my children, I have three stepchildren. I brought this up on the show a gillion times because that's what my life's about. But they have the unique opportunity to see two father figures in their life and how they deal with addiction. Their father is a drunk. Me too. The only difference is I have never put them in the car while drunk and drove around and endangered their lives or lied to them about my alcohol use or just outright lied to them about how evil their mother is or tried to insert my will where it was completely unnecessary because I'm drunk. And I know I just made a petty girl face there, but I am upset about it. I'm not, but at the end of the day, I don't even think I'm better necessarily in the sense of alcoholism than him. I think that I am very blessed to um, be sober, and I was sober before I met them. I'm very blessed to have a better grip on my emotions than him, and I hope that when this is all said and done, and we win because we're going to win, that they can realize that in this house they are safe. They're going to be safe, and they don't have to let they don't have to become that. It is my hope that my children don't even have to fight an addiction. And I hope that they learn from both sets of examples that they have in their life to not do so. Anyway, patreon.com/Hank Joward. That's probably putting more of the juicy details, but you got to pay me for it. I'm gonna put the GoFundMe link to help us pay for the legal crap that we have to pay for. Anyway, I love you. Thank you for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe. Have a wonderful night.